Good evening, I'm Jeff Hastings. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, as a family demands answers and accountability after the death of a loved one, an Alberta doctor wants the province to declare emergency room wait times a crisis. Getting around Edmonton after a winter storm, drivers challenged by windrows and icy roads. And a home for traveling transplant patients where nothing is expected in return.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Jeff Hastings.
An Alberta emergency doctor says the province needs to be doing more to prevent anyone else from dying while waiting for emergency care. The province is now investigating last week's death of a man at an Edmonton hospital. As Gates Guarin reports, one ER doctor wants the provincial government to declare emergency room wait times a crisis.
Prashanth Sreekumar is looking for answers.
I am here to get justice for Prashanth.
Her husband, 44-year-old Prashanth Sreekumar, died last week at Grey Nuns Community Hospital. His family says he waited for 8 hours in the emergency department with chest pain. He died shortly after being admitted to a room.
My kids are shattered. My daughter is angry. You know, she's a teenager. She's angry, and it is the worst time. See, there is no good time. There's no good time for you to lose your parents.
The Ministry of Hospital and Surgical Health Services says Acute Care Alberta is leading the review into the circumstances surrounding Sreekumar's death. The Office of the Chief Medical Examiner will also conduct an investigation.
A lot of our emerge departments are really struggling to see people in a safe and timely manner.
Emergency physician Dr. Paul Parks says Sreekumar's death should alarm everyone.
We're pleading for help in all of our emerge departments across Alberta, in our big, large emerge departments, that this case is just the tip of the iceberg.
He wants the province to declare a healthcare crisis.
There are many, many things that we can do in the short term if we get very creative, but we can only do it if the government is committed to fixing the problem.
This is something that I need answers for, and I am not going to stop.
Sreekumar's funeral will be held this Wednesday. The family says all are welcome to pay their respects. Gates Guarin, CTV News, Edmonton.
Sunshine Village says a woman is dead after falling into deep snow on a popular green run at the ski resort over the weekend. The ski resort says crews from the patrol team were on scene within 3 minutes of being alerted of an unresponsive skier. The 47-year-old was found in or near the trees off Banff Avenue on the lower mountain. Sunshine says patrol worked hard to try to revive her at the side of the slope.
They did perform CPR for over 2 hours, hoping to revive her. Unfortunately, that attempt was unsuccessful and the woman did pass away.
RCMP, EMS, and Stars Air Ambulance also responded. The woman's cause of death has not yet been determined. Backcountry Skiing Canada says snow immersion suffocation can happen when skiers fall headfirst into deep, loose snow, become trapped, and suffocate. A man in Grande Prairie is facing 2 second-degree murder charges after a weekend shooting. On Saturday, officers responded to reports of a shooting on a rural road. A 54-year-old man and 44-year-old woman were found dead. RCMP then issued a public alert for an armed and dangerous person. 42-year-old Curtis Philip Halliday was arrested Saturday afternoon. Police say he was well known to the victims.
We do believe that this specific incident was a targeted incident. I can't really discuss, because it's part of that investigational piece, the relationship there, but the victims and this accused were absolutely known to each other, and he was targeting them.
Halliday is expected to appear in court next week. With the number of flu cases climbing, the province will now report respiratory virus data twice weekly. The government's website says data posted on Tuesdays will be preliminary and subject to change. Thursday updates will provide a more comprehensive view of the previous week. The current numbers show between the week of December 14th to 20th, more than 2,700 new influenza cases were reported. More than 8,700 cases have been reported this season. Some Edmontonians are upset with how the city is clearing the roads. In South Edmonton, one man says a windrow in front of his property has left nowhere to park. He wants the city to reevaluate which roads are scraped down to the bone. Evan Kenny reports.
To put it bluntly, I was pissed. Tom Duggleby stepped outside his front door this morning to see a pile of snow from a snow grader roughly 3 feet high and 5 feet wide.
People have been out digging it by hand. Saw somebody that was out with a snowblower and they were having difficulty moving it with a snowblower. And yet they still need a place to park on the street.
His neighbor across the street has an accessible parking stall, meaning windrows can't be left there. All that snow has been pushed to Duggleby's side of the road.
There is no physical way for me to do it. I'm 72.
Arterial and collector roads, business improvement areas, and bus routes are being cleared with a parking ban in effect for those roads.
Bus route goes down 108 there and turns at the school. Why this needs to be bare bones, I don't know.
Duggleby thinks it would be safer to leave some snow on the road and allow cars to park against the curb.
This is about where the car would park if you had to park on the side of the road. This is the middle of the road, another 2 steps. And if you have another person parked on the other side of the road and they've got a similar 6-foot pile, you're down to 1 lane of traffic.
The city says because there's so much snow to remove, windrows do happen. People are encouraged to call 311 for problem windrows.
This is not a solution. It is an absolute disaster.
Duggleby believes he's now going to have to pay out of his own pocket to have the pile removed. Evan Kenny, CTV News, Edmonton.
Recent snowstorms have left Edmonton roads in rough shape, creating a challenge for travelers. Here's CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti on how to drive safely in a snowy deep freeze.
Sanjay Dabe spent her morning shoveling snow from her driveway.
It's hard, like sometimes, the corners it gets stuck. And there's so much of it, there's no place to put it. You can see both sides. Even if I pile up, it just keeps falling.
Recent snowfall has created a bumpy ride for many Edmonton drivers. Raj Bajwa is a senior driving instructor at A&J Driving School. His biggest tip for people is
having a good distance between us and the vehicle in front. You may have more tailgaters in these conditions who think that the conditions are proper when they're actually not.
Finding the proper lane for an intersection like this can be hard to find and a tough decision to make.
You do want to follow the path because you don't know how much snow there will be. So it is better to, use the guy in front of you as a guide.
Maintaining a slower speed is best when changing lanes and going over the bumps.
The faster you're going, the more gradual you want to be. Just think of you running on the ice and how fast can you make a turn.
Bajwa recommends only using your hazard lights in whiteout conditions, not your high beams. Some other takeaways include having winter tires, give yourself distance, and don't use cruise control since you never know when you might hit a sheet of ice. He's taught hundreds of drivers over his 23 years as an instructor. He says it's common for people to not think they're bad drivers.
Majority of them think that they're good drivers. And so it's not what the others are doing, it's what we need to do in those conditions.
Important habits to get to your destination safely. Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
And with the first look at weather, here's Danielle Savoni.
Well, after that big whack of winter last week and all the snow, temperatures have warmed significantly today, above that freezing mark. So we've had a lot of melting going on, slushy and slippery everywhere, sidewalks and roads. We did get to a high of 5 today. We're now sitting at 4 as things start to drop off for the day. Winds have been relatively calm throughout the entire day as well. No gusts to talk about. We do have some isolated pockets of precipitation, mainly raindrops at this point because temperatures are so warm. This is not significant moisture, and this will not last long at all. Taking a look at temperatures across the board here, you can see that warm spot really from Edmonton down through Rocky Mountain House, Calgary, where we have these temperatures well above that freezing mark, and 2 even in Lethbridge and for Milk River. But of course, much colder. Peace River looking at -16 at the moment. Fort McMurray -11. All right, for the city, let's check out the next 24 hours. And you're looking at mainly cloudy skies as we head through the evening hours, but still above that freezing mark for the evening. By tomorrow morning, be prepared of a wind chill of around -7. So a bit of a chilly start, but still it's well above normal for this time of year. There will be some sunshine tomorrow, but also some cloudy periods at times. By the afternoon, we should get to +1, but keep in mind that we are looking at the chance of some freezing rain and even a few snowflakes with that as well. Again, nothing significant, nothing heavy, but some light moisture is certainly possible that will add to things already slippery out there. We've had a lot of melting today, and that will all freeze out there on the roads and sidewalks overnight tonight. So be prepared for some slick conditions tomorrow morning. And then in the afternoon, if we get that freezing rain, especially our best chance of that is between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. So slick conditions, but temperatures will be mild by the afternoon once again.
Well, coming up next, tech takes some of the guesswork out of getting a new home.
People have a hard time visualizing space, right? Like most people can't look and see what the room will look like with a different paint color, let alone different furniture or walls moved.
Programming brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free. Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
For anyone building or renovating a home, the scale of the walls and other features can be difficult to imagine. A new Edmonton business is making it easier by letting you physically walk your floor plan. It's just one of many new advances in real estate. Nicole Weisberg reports.
Come on in. So here we are at the front door, is where we start all our projects.
A floor plan on a computer or phone projected at scale.
So if we needed to verify anything, we can come down right now and see that, yeah, we are 55 inches on the door.
Direct Motion is a new business in our city that lets home builders and others walk through a space before it exists.
So that they can experience their house and they can go through their build and then they can fine-tune their designs. As you can see here, we've also included their appliances.
It's a concept owner Ryan Brown was alerted to by a friend who saw something similar out of Australia. Brown thought it was great and put wheels in motion.
About a year ago, we signed the lease for the warehouse, and we spent about 6 months figuring out how we were going to do this and installing things.
The setup includes a racking system with 8 projectors. Clients send in their floor plans, created with a commonly used design program.
A lot of people come thinking that our design is finalized. We don't think we're going to make any changes. That hasn't been the case to date. The least amount of changes someone has ever had is 8, and the most we've ever had was 36 changes.
Just one innovation in the ever-evolving realm of real estate. Another that's rapidly growing is the use of AI to visualize a property's potential.
People have a hard time visualizing space, right? Like most people can't look and see what the room will look like with a different paint color, let alone different furniture or walls moved. So being able to here's what I'm looking at in this space, and I want to know what it is like with boho or modern, and then it can literally swipe.
RE/MAX is currently testing this technology in Toronto with plans to roll it out nationwide, says broker John Carter. The industry, he says, is becoming more and more linked to technology.
Social media promotion is huge. And then on the listing promotion side, it's virtual tours.
And if you're not keeping up, he says, you're losing out, with a growing number of people preferring to experience a home from the screen in front of them. Nicole Weisberg, CTV News, Edmonton.
Alberta country singer Brett Kissel wants you to ring in the new year with him in Nisku.
The Silent Ice Center has got to be the coolest arena in Alberta, maybe in Canada, and I've been to them all.
Kissel will perform at the Silent Ice Center New Year's Eve along with fellow Alberta artists Haley Benedict and Morgan Kleiber. The show kicks off a Canada-wide tour for Kissel, including a stop in Edmonton. You can get tickets for Wednesday's show at brettkissel.com. Still to come, castles have sprung up in Ice District, and Edmontonians are invited to visit.
So there's tens of thousands of hours of collective labor between the time we take the property, set up on the property, and to where we open to the public.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Lotto Spot is recapping a year of lottery millionaires, with Albertans snatching up the most wins across the prairies. In 2025, 49 winners across Alberta claimed prizes of $1 million or more. 7 of those wins were here in Edmonton, totaling $39.5 million. Calgary had twice the wins at 14, but the grand total a little less at $24 million. Alberta also saw 4,300 wins between $1,000 and $1 short of $1 million. Those wins totaled $89 million. And CTV's Danielle Savoni is back with another look at weather.
Well, many communities have had some mild temperatures for today, and for some areas over 10 degrees above normal. Edmonton included in that, getting up to a high of 5 today. 5 was the high in Grande Prairie as well, 3 in Cold Lake and 1 in Red Deer. When you look way up to the north, minus 18 was the high and high level. All right, checking out current temperatures as things start to cool down for the day. Still above that freezing mark, Rocky Mountain, Hassan through Edmonton, and minus 2 in Jasper, plus 5 in Grande Prairie. So quite a range in temperatures at the moment. We're looking at warm temperatures for many communities for one more day, and then a big cool down on the way for Wednesday. I'll show you that in the longer range in just a second. We've had some light moisture push through. Mainly this is completely done and starting to die out for the day, but don't be surprised if you see a couple more raindrops in the next hour or so before this is all fully said and done. When we look at the future cast, again, you can see that all push out for tonight. So this is nothing significant, nothing to worry about. We have another wave, though, that moves in tomorrow. What I will say is, compared to what we had last week, no moisture will be significant in this longer range forecast. When we look at tomorrow, we will have more development of snowfall closer to Peace River, Grande Prairie, looking at that mixed precipitation, even freezing rain possible. This is around the noon hour. And then further to the south, more of a rain event. Again, not heavy, and this will be a fast mover and move out of the way. We're looking at 4 p.m. This starting to make its way towards Edmonton. So between 4 and 6 in Edmonton, we do have the potential for some freezing rain and even some flurries kicking in after that. We're not looking at any real accumulation again, because this is a fast mover and it shouldn't be heavy for most spots. And then we just fizzle out to a couple flurries by the time we get into Wednesday morning. So Wednesday will come with a little bit of that as well, but for Wednesday, most of this should stay north of the Yellowhead, and it will be very light along the highway there. All right, for tomorrow, checking out temperatures and again conditions, we do have the potential for snowfall, high level, Peace River, Grande Prairie, Slave Lake, Lac La Biche, all through Cold Lake, especially in the morning hours off to the west, and then in the early afternoon hours and closer to the supper hours off to the east as it tracks to the east. Whitecourt, we'll looking at that mixed precipitation later in the day, because we'll get just above that freezing mark. Red Deer looking at a high as -1, but it will be dry, and pretty much anywhere south of the Yellowhead looking at dry conditions, and temperatures will be really mild. The key thing to note is that by Wednesday, the jet stream will push down to the south. So that opens us up for some moisture, but also for some cooler air to move on in. So that means the forecast looks like this. We'll hold on to warmth for one more day on Tuesday, but then by Wednesday, we'll get that colder air mass start to roll on in. -4 as the high for Wednesday, and then some snowfall for Thursday, Friday into the weekend. Again, it doesn't look significant. It looks like each day we could maybe pick up a centimeter, if that. Mainly a light dusting for each of those days. We'll hold on to those cooler temperatures right through Sunday. You're looking at a high of -11.
Thanks, Danielle. While Edmonton is out of the deep freeze, one part of downtown is still as icy as can be. Ice Castles Edmonton opened on Saturday. It features ice caverns, slides, tunnels, and archways. Organizers say it was a lot of work, especially with the cold conditions. They're hoping weather will allow them to be open for the next 2 months.
So there's tens of thousands of hours of collective labor between the time we set up on take the property, set up on the property, and to where we open to the public. It's a lot of grueling work. But once we open it and people come in, it's everyone's gratified, and it's worth it.
Ice Castles is open every day except Wednesdays. Tickets range from $15 to $24. When we return, home away from home, how an Edmonton bungalow is helping some people waiting for lung transplants.
So it really enabled me to want to continue this and move on. And,
A home in Edmonton's inner city is helping save lives. It's a place for out-of-towners to stay while taking part in the lung transplant program. Amanda Anderson has the story.
Yeah, I was at that point too.
I really did, Terry. I thought I was done.
Strangers brought together under one roof, bonding over a life-threatening condition. Derry Kelly was diagnosed with pulmonary fibrosis 2 years ago and needs a double lung transplant.
I went off the deep end. I was selling everything. I put everything up for sale because I didn't want to burden my wife with all this stuff along with me passing away.
That changed when he got into the lung transplant program.
Then there was a light. And I was able to see it. So it really enabled me to want to continue this and move on. And, I just, I knew that wasn't the end.
In 2024, the door to this house opened.
And welcome to Casa Spinelli.
A home away from home for patients.
Right from the minute I got here, I felt right at home.
You're living in somebody else's house, but it's like being at home.
It's owned by Teresa Spinelli, the president of the Italian Center shop.
My parents built it after I was grown up and moved out already. I think they built it in 1996, but it was kind of like their dream home. Because yeah, it's a beautiful home. It's a shame just to leave it empty.
There's 4 suites available at no cost to lung transplant patients.
Teresa and her family take care of all the bills. And so they don't have to worry. And Teresa lives down the street, and her husband pop in and say hi to the folks. Do you need anything? They're notorious for coming in with pizza.
So I just think it's a really great sense of community. And that's what Little Lily's all about. It's about family. It's about community. It's a gathering place.
They take great pride in giving it to people with no expectations from them.
Edmonton is one of only 4 programs in Canada that do lung transplant. The head of Alberta Lung says most people in it aren't from here.
Housing, food, medications, extra medications, parking, etc. It all adds up. And for some, it's too much so that they take themselves off the lung transplant list.
Terry Neufeld was discouraged from transplant because of the costs.
It made it so it was more affordable for us. That was the big thing that made me available to get this program in, and it's kind of saved my life, I think.
75 families have used the home. With 200 people typically on the waiting list, Alberta Lung hopes to break ground on its own facility in 2026 to accommodate more people at a time.
Now's the time to really help in this season of giving. We really want people to open up their minds, hearts, and wallets to this amazing opportunity to help these families, and so we can build that bigger home because the need is great.
If the call for a transplant comes before it's built, these patients just hope Casa Spinelli has room.
Then I know I can go to the hospital with having not to worry about my wife, about my family. So it means a lot.
Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
And that's our show. Thank you very much for sharing your time with us. CTV National News is next.